know anybody. And I think that a lot of my technology came out of the desire to communicate wider than my physical presence could be.
Meet Anina. She may look like a Bond girl, but this model and entrepreneur has a high-tech arsenal James Bond would envy, and she knows how to use it.
I grew up with technology. I grew up with two brothers who are computer engineers, so it was just the question of, well, I don't have enough money to buy a computer, what tool can I afford?
The item that fit the bill was a cell phone. Not just any cell phone, mind you, but the best multimedia handheld device she could get her hands on. It became Anina's lifeline to the world, a mobile office in her hand.
I think I was one of the first ever to have such a device. At least I never met any other model that was using it.
Questo computer.
And suddenly, with the contact management software, I was able to build up a wide contact database that I could manage. That meant that when I was sitting on a location in the middle of nowhere, I could get an email saying, Anina, we need Polaroids of your hair for a job tomorrow in Spain. So I would just hand my phone to the photographer and say, would you please, mugshots? I think that a lot of my success came because of my connectivity.
The career lifespan of a model, however, is almost as short as the technology tools Anina employs. Using her unique skill set, she founded her own company and website called 360 Fashion. With blogs, photos, and online interviews recorded by phone, her team is a new generation of 21st century journalists.
They're interested in the new communication tools so they can get their name and their brand and their message out there. Hi, this is Anina. I'm here today. I'm personally really working to pioneer technology designed by women for women. So the things that I can see coming up in the future are devices that know where you are and know where the things are that you want to find. And the only way that you can really know that is either every single store has a database or you have 360 Fashion reporters who pick out the best items.
But it isn't just fashion models who function without offices. Here in Seattle is a very successful national consulting firm with hundreds of workers, but not a single office to show for it.
Ready, set.
Most of the time consulting is associated with long hours and a lot of travel. So we decided why not create a firm where the people do consulting work that they like, but keep them in town and not have them work as many hours.
The company is called Point B, and to find a CEO without an office meant tracking down Tim Jenkins at his son's football practice. See? No office, no time clock.
So our idea was, let's just get rid of the office space. It's just basically overhead, and it doesn't add any value to the client. And in 1995, when we started, that was just beginning to get possible.
Tim Jenkins founded Point B as an IT consultancy, then realized IT had taken over almost every kind of business. The next step was to turn Point B into an IT software application in its own right, a company that lived inside its computers.
Chris, this is your office?
This is my office, yes. We're headquartered in Seattle, but we have 7 markets currently, and we all work primarily at our client sites, so we don't have a central building where we all come every day to work. So frequently we're working out of our cars or we're meeting in different locations other than a central office.
How do you handle business cards? Does it have like a post office box and a cell phone number on it?
You know, we do have, we use a service for our office where we actually have a central office here in Seattle, and we have a mailing address there, and they answer our phones for us and collect and forward our mail. And we also can use day offices there, as well as conference room space.
I think when people first start with us, they're used to going to an office every day, and sometimes it's very difficult. You know, they'll come to meet us in one of our, we have virtual offices and office suites and things like that, but oftentimes they're doing a lot of their work on their laptop in a Starbucks, or they're doing it at home.
We use primarily web-based applications that are accessible from anywhere. So we have a server room that has very high availability, and then we have accessibility over the internet from whatever location we're at. But those applications, whether they're time and expense tracking or email or even voice and fax services, are pretty important investments for us.
Now IT is just part of what we do. It's in the flow of our daily lives and in our business lives. Before the football practice started, I was working in my car. I had a laptop, I had a BlackBerry, and was able to operate pretty effectively for about 45 minutes and get a lot of work done.
Okay, so maybe millions of you are still living the cubicle life of Dilbert. Look on the bright side. You could be in a meeting right now. Worse still, you could be traveling to a meeting in another city and having to come back the same day. Where is the future we were promised?
Wasn't it supposed to be better than this by now?
Technicians make last-minute adjustments for the world's first demonstration of the telephone of tomorrow at the Western Electronics Convention in San Francisco. It's the often forecast video phone. How does it work? Just lift the receiver and you see your own image.
For over 75 years, video conferencing has been a dream of a cheaper and virtual way to talk in person. I saw a video phone demo myself at the 1964 New York World's Fair and thought, cool, I want that in my home.
And when your party answers...
There were several serious attempts to make it a reality in both the 1970s and the 1990s, like with this AT&T model. But priced at $1,500 each, they failed to take off.
Finally, in the new millennium, high-speed internet lines and programs like Skype seem to be bringing the dream closer.
Bob, as soon as you get home, you need to take out the trash.